Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock, Drogheda. All this week we've been talking about the 7 I ams in John's Gospel. Those 7 occasions when Jesus said, I am, followed by a particular designation. He said, I am the bread of life. He said, I am the light of the world. He said, I am the door to the sheepfold. He said, I am the good shepherd. He said, I am the resurrection and the life. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And then in John chapter 15, he says, I am the true vine. And the word true is emphasized there. So it means as distinct from false vines. Now, the vine was a common illustration throughout the Old Testament. It spoke about Israel, that Israel was God's vine, that he had planted, that he had cared for. And now Jesus is saying that he is the true Israel, that he is the true vine. And then, as he continues on, he says that except we abide in him, we cannot bear fruit. That means we need to be 100% dependent upon him. You know, there has been a tendency sometimes among Christians to say, yes, we cannot save ourselves and our salvation is totally Jesus. It's all of grace, everything else. But then once we're saved, that we sort of rely on our good works and rely on our intelligence and rely on the power of our own faith and everything else. And that's quite simply not good enough, because Jesus said that for us to bear fruit, for us to continue in this Christian walk, we have to remain connected to him. Now, later on in the New Testament, the Apostle Paul would go on to say that we are like, because we are Gentiles that have been added into the vine, we are like branches that have been grafted in, that the original branches have been, some of the original branches have been chopped off, and we have been grafted in and become part of the true Israel. Now, here's something as well we need to recognize. If we allow ourselves to become separated from Christ, then we can't bear fruit. We can't actually live this Christian life. We can't be an influence for Jesus. We can't fulfill the promises that the scripture says about us because we become separated from the true vine. Some years ago, there was just a few years ago, there was a movie called Gravity, starring Sandra Bullock and George Clooney. And in that movie, there was these astronauts that were on a spacewalk. And of course, on their spacewalk, they have to remain connected to the capsule, and they became disconnected. And once they lost their way from the capsule, that was it. You know, they had to remain connected. Or think about a deep sea diver who goes down in a diving suit and has an airline going up to the surface through which he can breathe. If that connection is severed, then he's finished. He cannot breathe. And you know what I've come to realize is this, that my connection with Jesus is all important, because all I have comes from him, and all I am comes from him. And everything I can do comes from him. And if I allow that connection to be severed, then you know what? I will become a pale shadow, a shell of my true self, of who I am in Jesus Christ. I will fail to bear fruit because I am no longer connected to the vine. So I want to encourage you today and every day. Walk in fellowship with Jesus. Walk in connection with him. He is your source for everything you need, and he's so willing to touch you and move through you today. So rely on him. Don't look anywhere else but to him, and you'll be amazed at what he will do through you. Thank you for joining us for this inspirational message, and please join us again for another Take 5 on Monday. God bless you.